Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope this video finds you well. I hope you are staying safe during this pandemic. For today's video, I'm going to be going over a little bit about the Cal Poly Pomona Collins College of Hospitality Management. I got a few requests to film this video and I'm trying to get it out to you guys now, so you have time to watch it and eventually make your final decision. There really isn't a lot of information out there about this program, which I was kind of surprised about, just doing some basic research before filming this video. The Collins College does have its own YouTube channel where you can watch videos, but it's not really the same style of just someone sitting down giving you some advice. Obviously, I've graduated from there, I've been through it, so I feel like I have some good advice to share with you. So just for this video, I'm going to be talking about some basic background and stats, as well as clubs, classes, extracurriculars, careers, and advising, and me, just giving you some advice about which professors I took, which ones are maybe better than others. If that at all interests you, maybe you're trying to major in hospitality or minor in hospitality, get a master's in hospitality, or a minor in culinary, anything like that, go ahead and keep watching this video and I'll get right into it. Okay, so as a bit of history, the Collins College is actually the oldest hospitality program on the entire West Coast. It was founded in 1973 and has since grown exponentially. There's about 1,000 undergraduate students currently, and there is a 46% acceptance rate within the program. Some more statistics include there is a 90% professional placement rate, meaning your likelihood of getting a job right after college is at a 90%, which is great. They really do set you up to transition from being a student to being a full-time worker really well, making you feel really confident to enter the field. And there's also a 91.3% student retention rate. And also in terms of diversity, I think people might be curious about this as well. The program, obviously I've been in it, it's a really diverse program. I mean, you're gonna meet people of all different backgrounds, all different races, and there's also a really high percentage of international students as well. I had some really great friends. Some were from Vietnam, some were from China. It was really cool, so if that's something that you're curious about, it is a really diverse program. So that's just a little bit of stats. So now let's go ahead and get into clubs. So starting off with the Hotel, Resort, and Destination Professionals Club. This is really great to join if you're interested in the lodging industry, hotel industry. They have a lot of people come in and speak, and they also go and do a lot of fun events every year. So next is the Pineapple Club, and this club is dedicated to supporting the career, academic, and co-curricular success of first-year Collins students. They have a lot of meetings where you can get peer advising, faculty advising, and they also do fun events. So CPP ESD recognizes hospitality students for outstanding academic achievement, exemplary service, and demonstrated professionalism. If your grades permit, you should definitely think about joining this honor society. It's a great thing to say you were a part of on your resume. So the Club Management Association of America provides opportunities for professional interaction, assists in the location of full and part-time jobs, and promotes hospitality education with a club focus. They do a lot of club tours, and it's just a really great organization. So next we have the National Society of Minorities in Hospitality, and the purpose is to educate, encourage, and empower minority students interested in pursuing hospitality careers. The club assists its members with the recruitment, retention, support, and advancement of minority students in the hospitality industry to encourage professional development and passion for all segments. So the Food and Beverage Professionals seeks to enhance the appreciation and understanding of the food and beverage industries through educational and professional networking opportunities, special events, and seminars. Food and Beverage wants to provide its members with ample opportunities and foster a community of foodies who are passionate about the food service industry. Next we have ASEP, which I was a part of. Basically, it is a special events and professional events planning club for students in the hospitality industry. They have general meetings, conference participation, and volunteer experience at different Collins College events. ASEP provides their members with a window to the event industry to gain maximum experience to complement their education. So in terms of some extra stuff that the Collins College does, every year they have a welcome back barbecue, and this is a great way to learn about the different clubs that are offered on campus, get some more information about them and maybe what you'd like to join. It's a great way to meet friends. If you're at all worried about making friends in this program, like, it's almost laughable just because you're with some of the most social people probably ever that you're gonna meet. And everyone is super nice, super welcoming, and it's really just a lot of fun. They've had the Habit come and cater before. They always have people who have like a snow cone business, and they give you shaved ice. They have a photo booth. They have a raffle with a ton of prizes, which is really cool. They also do this in the spring as well. Additionally, they also have every once in a while some Collins ambassadors will hold an event where they give you advice about classes and helping you to register for classes, and they always have food at those as well. It's another cool way to meet people, as well as, you know, getting some solid advice about different classes and stuff to take. They also have an expo that they hold in New York. I'm not sure with COVID now how that's really going to go down, but in the past they've had a huge expo that you apply for, and you can like get scholarship money to attend that expo in the spring in New York. It's a huge hospitality expo. One of my friends went previously and she had a great time, learned a ton. Also, something I want to mention is study abroad. They do have one program that they do where you go in the summer, so after spring semester, and they take you to Italy. Like I said, had a couple friends. I didn't personally do it, but I had a couple friends go, and they learned so much. They take you to a bunch of different wineries, and you kind of, it's a cool thing to learn about hospitality in different countries. So, you know, how it's different from the US versus in Europe. It's pretty cool to learn about that from, you know, someone who's actually experiencing it hands-on. So that's something I would encourage you guys to look into if you're considering studying abroad. That's pretty cool as well. So now let's talk about careers and internships. So as mentioned previously, they do have a 90% of student placement post-graduation, which is incredible. And part of the reason that I believe this is such a high number, and you know, students are really set up well to graduate and enter the workforce post-graduation, is because of the career fair. The career fair at the Collins College is the best career fair at the entire campus. Like, the business students like going to this career fair better than the business student career fair, because it's just so well put on. The woman who puts it on, her name's Laura, and she also teaches the class about professional work experience, and she works really hard to get in contact with all these different employers. So it's really a great idea to go, because like, there's so many different employers. I have a list of, this was from the 2020 career fair, so it's a little bit outdated, but it's, you know, just to give you some ideas of who's there participating. They have the Bay Club Resort, they have country clubs, they have Chili's is there, Chili's Bar and Grill, Club Corp, Compass Group, which does restaurant and food service, different lodges, dime brands, IHOP and Applebee's, DoubleTree, Hilton, Hyatt, Marriott, Gala Winery, if you're interested in, you know, private club management, ETC Hotels, Fairplex, Four Seasons, Greystar, The Habit, Hillstone Restaurant Group. Literally, you guys, there's so many. Like, Irvine Company, Islands Restaurant, Kimpton Hotels, La Quinta, Lazy Dog, Legends. Like, seriously, I could go on and on, but the point is, you should really attend. Also, if you're not like ready to go ahead and like have an internship, maybe like you're still a freshman and still kind of considering your options, I would still recommend you to go, because you can go and they'll take a professional headshot for you, which you can use for your LinkedIn profile. they also have, leading up to the career fair, they'll have different sessions you can attend where you can help build your resume, have people look it over, give you some advice so that way you're properly prepared. Make sure you come in professional attire, but it's something that I would really recommend you guys go to because like Anne works her butt off to put on this career fair, and like it's so worth it, and she does such a good job every year, and like they really set you up in that way. So when it comes to advising, I'll let you in on a little secret. They suck. And you know what? It has nothing to do with the hospitality school. They suck across the whole campus, across the whole school. Advising at Cal Poly Pomona sucks. But what doesn't suck is this one guy who I literally feel like was sent from heaven above to this school. And he's the only guy I ever trusted in terms of advice. He gave me classes he told me to take, how I was doing in my degree progress. He's the only person whose opinion I trusted, and his name is James. He is kind of like the head guy in terms of not just advising, but a lot of things regarding the Collins College. I really recommend that you guys get in touch with him for, just as a great mentor and an advisor for the course of your 4 years. If you are able to be on campus, obviously, eventually, and you go to the Welcome Back barbecue, really make sure that you introduce yourself to him. He's a tall guy, he's Japanese, he has a beard and a little mustache goatee thing, and he's literally an angel. He's so nice. He helped me graduate a semester early. He's written letters of recommendation for me for different jobs, and he really is like such an angel. Like, I'm telling you, he's the best, and he's the person who I would recommend any of you guys who are going to be entering this program to go to, like, and trust, because he seriously is the best. And I'm not telling you guys not to go to like your advisor who you were like set up with based on your last name. Definitely still go, because you might have a different experience than me. But personally, when it came to anything advising, I didn't even go to my advisors. I overrid them completely and just went to James, because like he has never let me down, and he's just such a really nice, genuine guy, and he really genuinely wants you to succeed and to do well in this program. So that's my advice on that. Okay, so now I really want to go over some of my favorite professors that I ever took classes with during my time at the Collins College. I just have them here up on my phone, and I'm going to go through and show you them and, kind of explain a little bit. So starting off, this is Leslie Butler, and I took a class with her that I believe everyone has to take. It's required for graduation in this major. It's all about banquets, and personally, I took classes all about events because I'm hoping to eventually, once the pandemic settles down and people are able to start planning events again, I'm hoping to get into the event planning industry. So her class about banquets, she's really knowledgeable about it. She worked in banquets for quite some time, was a really great class to take, and she's, like I said, a very knowledgeable professor. Also, Dr. Ben DeWald. This guy, he's super animated, very charismatic. He teaches the intro course, so at the time it was HRT 101, but now it's probably like HRT 1000 or 1100. This is like your first class that you're going to take in hospitality, and he's like a really great intro to the school because, like I said, he's like super passionate about it. He teaches you a lot. He's originally from Holland, and he teaches you a lot about hospitality in Europe and how it's a little bit different from hospitality in the US, and he makes the class super fun because he's just like a very vibrant person. What else do we have here? Scrolling on here. This was my chef teacher. All of you guys will be required to take professional cooking, which I wasn't super excited to take that class, but it was actually so much fun. And this teacher was my teacher, and she made it so much fun. She is like a super badass chef. Her name is Sheree Mooney. She is like seriously such a talented chef, and if you have like any questions or any problems or don't understand anything, like she makes sure that you get it by the end of the semester. And also this was like our co-teacher for that class. He did the lecture part and she did the part where you actually go into the kitchen and physically are cooking. This is Michael Reyes, and he's very much like Gordon Ramsay in a way that like hard exterior but like really like a teddy bear inside, and like he really does care about his students as well, and you know, wants you to get it. And a couple more. This is Dr. Sun. She did all of the classes about events and event management, and she worked in events. She came from UNLV, I believe, and worked a bunch of like international events as well. She's super knowledgeable about events, and just a really great professor. And then lastly, we have, this is Dr. Yoon. He's really great in accounting. If you're at all like, you know, maybe not the best in math, or you're worried about taking accounting, he like helps you to get it so much. He's always available for office hours, and he's like super helpful, seriously, like he's a really, really great professor. And then lastly, we have the angel himself, James, and like his technical position is called the student advising coordinator, but like seriously, he's like the best person like in the whole school, in the whole program, in the whole college. This is the guy you want to be in touch with. Like, he's seriously the best. And it seems a little bit immature and juvenile to talk about maybe some professors that I didn't have the best experience with, so I'm not going to publicly talk about it like here in this video on this channel. But if you like really want to know, like maybe if you're curious about taking a certain class or a certain professor, I don't know if you could privately message me here on YouTube, but this is my Instagram, and if you really want to know, you can go ahead and message me on there, and I'll be sure to respond to you on there if you really like have questions and you want to know, or you know, just want some advice about that. That's where I'll be addressing all of those questions. So now probably the most important thing to talk about is the classes, and the classes is really what sold me on going to school at Cal Poly Pomona. It's like the school itself is one of 70 different accredited programs for hospitality, but the fact that the school is a polytechnic school really just makes all the difference, because you know, it's really one thing to be, you know, sitting down and lecture and absorbing the information that way, and that works for a lot of people, and that's great for some people. But people like me, and I'm sure maybe you, if you're considering going to this school, like it's so much better to learn hands-on. And in my original video that I had posted that has since had the most attention, which is my Everything You Need to Know About Cal Poly Pomona video, I kind of talk about this a little bit in there, in the sense that I was kind of going back and forth between San Jose State, which is my local CSU, and Cal Poly Pomona, and really what sold me on it, and something that I encourage all of you guys to look at as well, is go ahead and just Google the curriculum sheet and like look at the difference in the classes, and like I promise you that will have a big impact on your final decision. At least it did for me. Really the big thing about Cal Poly Pomona is like the fact that you have so much hands-on experience. Like, one of my friends was really interested in culinary, and he got the opportunity to work in our student-run restaurant that we have on campus, and he got to be the head chef for like a week. And that's something that you wouldn't get at different schools, you know? Like, if they don't have like those same programs, yes, you could still have really great knowledge coming out of college to go into your career, but it's not the same as having the experience in like like the real world experience to like go out in the field and be like, I actually have been a head chef, like, you know, in college before, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Some classes that I did want to mention that I personally would recommend for you guys to take, that I loved, are the wines, beers, and spirits. Like, what other college are you going to be sitting in class tasting sometimes up to 6 things of wine in, like, weekly? You know what I mean? Like, it's not, they don't offer that at every school. I learned so much about wine and stuff that I like never would have known, you know? I feel like I really appreciate wine in a different way than how I probably did before. They also have a class all about beer, which is really cool. I really recommend taking the HRT marketing class too. That's with Dr. Kwok. He's a really great professor. And the reason why I would emphasize on taking that class as well is if you're interested in getting a minor, it's really easy to get a business minor just because a lot of the classes overlap. So if you're interested in marketing at all, you can take that class and it'll count towards your marketing minor as well as some other classes that you have to take through the business school. I also really enjoyed my event series classes that I took with Dr. Sun. And if you're not interested in events and you'd rather work in restaurants, like I said, they have a whole student-run restaurant you can work in and get real-world experience in taking that class. And they also have a whole hotel series, and we have an on-campus hotel that you can work in and get that real-world experience as well. So that's just something to consider in terms of classes. Really, it's just looking at the curriculum sheet and like picturing yourself taking those classes and, you know, kind of going from there. So I think that's all I'm going to talk about in this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them below and I will try to get to those. I'm pretty good about responding to comments because I don't have too many. I did want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel and has watched my videos. It's kind of crazy seeing my videos kind of like going up in views every day. Like, I uploaded it like a month ago or 2 months ago and I'm already at like almost like 2,300 views for my original video that I posted about Cal Poly, which is crazy. But nonetheless, I really appreciate you guys watching my channel. And another thing I forgot to mention is one of my followers had requested me to film this video, and she was kind of going back and forth in between choosing Cal Poly or choosing UNLV, which also has a really great hospitality program as well. Absolutely nothing bad to say about it personally. I was considering going there as well, but just with the out-of-state tuition, it made more sense for me to stay here in California and pay in-state tuition, but that wasn't really a problem for her. I will say, no tea, no shade, when I worked for Marriott and I did the whole Marriott Voyage program, I flew to Texas and met 2 really good, close friends who had graduated from UNLV or were in school at UNLV at the time. And yeah, like I said, no tea, no shade. Both of them don't work in hospitality anymore. So, you know, take that information for what you will. That's all I'm going to say on that. But, yeah, like I said, if you have any video requests, leave them below, and I would love to film those for you. And, yeah, I'm going to go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.